Hi,
How are you doing, Robbie?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
We'll start off with this. How long have you been in Fort McMurray?
I moved to Fort McMurray in 1981, so 44 years strong.
Tell me what got you to move here.
Well, I came here as a teenager with my family. My dad had moved out west in search of work, chased the Syncrude dream, so to speak, and that started our journey here. I moved here on my 13th birthday.
What was it like growing up here?
Well, growing up here was a lot of fun. The world was your oyster. We ran. It was a stereotypical Canadian type environment to grow up in. We went out after school and we came home at dark like you'd expect a childhood to be in Canada, and we had a lot of fun, a lot of opportunity here. Well, the realities of Fort McMurray is just a phenomenal, well-cultured, diverse, family type city with lots of opportunity, lots of things to do, lots of organizations to be involved with. But the perception out there for a lot of people is still we're a work camp. We're very somewhat uncivilized. We're a construction town, a boom town, lots of crime, lots of drugs. And while we're not a perfect town, we're certainly a heck of a lot better than some of the perception out there still is. It really is a wonderful family town.
Tell me about your business. What's it called and what do you do?
Well, I own Stratford Contracting, and we started in 1999 again as a small business, a typical small business. We had very fantastic success over the years. We got into insurance remediation work and those types of things. We had a home building line for many years during the home building boom years, we'll call it. And other than that, we do a lot of just any type of general contracting. We focus mostly right now on commercial work and social nonprofit sector work for churches, the Heritage Society, the Center of Hope, and of course Tawâw and the Wood Buffalo Wellness Initiatives. So that's kind of more of a give back focus, so to speak, because we had a lot of success through the years, and I got to a point of what do I want to do now? Do I want to semi-retire? And I tried some of those things and they didn't work out well. I need to be a busy person, so we went full bore back in, but with a community focus, taking on initiatives centered around homelessness, like I said, social nonprofits and addictions with some work there as well.
Tell me about Tawâw and how you got into Tawâw.
Well, Tawâw is an initiative and a program spearheaded by the Wood Buffalo Wellness Society. And, they look after the homelessness issues in Fort McMurray. And, there are a significant amount of homelessness issues and addictions issues in the city, not unlike the rest of the country and really globally right now. The Tawâw initiative is an initiative to get people off the streets and into residences and give them the tools that they need to better themselves and to be able to take the next step into getting back into more mainstream society and getting off the streets kind of thing. So currently we are converting the old Bridgeport Inn, a 3-story, 34-suite hotel, into what's going to be an amazing state-of-the-art residence for homeless people, for people who otherwise had nowhere else to turn. And the construction is going very well. It's a very exciting project. I'm very happy to be a part of it, and I really can't wait for the reveal next year when we open the doors formally.
I spent some time there, and I have to say, it's a very delicate situation. They got a lot of people that were living in the encampments downtown off the streets, and it's not an easy thing to do because you're dealing with all different types of trauma issues, addiction, all that, and to provide a space for healing. I think that's one thing about Fort McMurray that I do like, is that despite there's a lot of people that are millionaires and billionaires and super successful, there is a collective consciousness in a sense to keep everybody okay and not forget anybody despite whatever issues they might have. So I think that's a good project to be involved in.
Absolutely, I agree. And like I said, taking these people out of encampments, it's a big step. It's a big step for some of those people. Some of them just need that guidance to get out of where they are and to get on the right track. And a lot of them have been living in the street with addictions and mental health issues for a long time. So just taking them out of that environment and putting them into a more controlled environment is not an easy process sometimes, and it takes a lot of hand-holding and coaching and being there and understanding, a lot of understanding as to what they're dealing with and things. So yeah, it's a much needed program, and I think it's going to do great things for the issues in Fort McMurray.